This show is Journals Out Loud. You can download the Journals app in the iTunes App Store. You can join our social network community. We would love to get to know you better. You can give us a call at 888-531-7171. If you're watching on YouTube, please subscribe. If you're listening to us on iTunes, please give us a nice, big, wonderful review, and we will love you forever. And Christmas is coming, so that's what we want for Christmas.
That's not what I want for Christmas.
What do you want, Brady?
I want Kenneth. No, I mean, I'm passing the question to Kenneth.
What
do you want?
Wait, you don't want me?
I don't know. It could go other way.
Okay. We'll talk about this later. But
I want you in an airtight box.
So we're going to go around the room and get your... Because then we can, we can tell people what you want, and then maybe you might get it in the mail. Like, I want a pony. And so I can tell you where to send me my pony. It's a P.O. box, so make it a tiny pony. Anonymous writes, why are some guys mean? Do they like you? Do they hate you? What if they tease you and then say they don't like you, but their friend says that he does? What does it mean? All right, so before I throw this to you guys, it's sounding like it's coming from an 11 or 12-year-old because there's that period of time where you're like, I do not understand this behavior at all. Brady.
So, yeah, I mean, this is like a common thing that you see because guys have very strange ways of making their affection known. I think that if a guy is teasing you, that means that he likes you for sure, I would say, unless there are certain other factors involved, like maybe the fact that you guys have been friends forever. If you guys are, like, really close friends, then, like, him teasing you probably doesn't mean a lot. But, like, if you guys don't really talk to each other and he just like comes up and starts like, hey, your shirt's a little bit messed up today,
But here's what you're forgetting about.
He's trying to get a reaction out of you.
You're forgetting about the Great Divide. The Great Divide is a period of time that takes place between the ages of 6 and 12 where boys and girls do not communicate. Jake.
Okay, so I see this as kind of like guys at this age, whatever age this is, they're possibly figuring out, some of them are figuring out that girls are a thing and they're interested in them, and they've never, as we said, they don't talk to girls. In a lot of middle school or elementary school environments, it's a very separated social circle kind of thing. And they have literally no idea what they're supposed to do, and they have these feelings, and they're like, and even if they're not sexual, which they probably aren't, they're like, I like this individual, and I don't know how this happens. And they figure out eventually, through trial and error, that just kind of doing things at them makes them look at them.
Yeah, that's definitely true. Yeah.
And some people don't grow out of that, but most hopefully do. Depending on your age, it means he might like you, or probably he's just kind of mean.
Kenneth?
Well, I don't know. I feel like if his friends are saying that he does, and he's acting like that, he probably does. I mean,
yes, of course.
I mean, of course he does.
Of course.
I don't know.
So I think, a recourse could be just to look at him and go, be nice. Because if he's getting a reaction from you, if you're making eye contact and you're smiling and then you're saying what behavior you would expect from him, that would be successful.
Jake? Well, but what if she likes it?
She obviously doesn't.
I don't know. Some girls do. Some girls enjoy teasing.
Be the positive reinforcement he needs to grow up to be a respectful adult.
Yes, be like his mom.
I feel like that's just the thing that guys do. They kind of just tease girl, like not in a mean way, but if she's taking it in a mean way, be like, hey, I'm like taking this a little seriously.
Ouch.
like that like actually hurt me. So
watch him apologize thousands of times.
Yeah.
Watch him apologize.
I'm sorry. No.
Oh my god, did I actually? Oh, okay. Well, do you like me? Oh, I hurt you. I'm so sorry.
Whoa, yeah, just touch her behind the ankle, just like right there.
Oh no!
Right there.
Stop!
Like,
don't bring it back.
Okay, this is a callback to earlier advice, Jake, where Brady. Okay, go ahead.
I think that this is still true. I think that if you just grab the back of the knee, then it sends a clear.
But if
signal.
it makes you cringe, just
we're
like
appalled by this.
No, it's not a grab. It's a pat. It's not a grab. It's just a small pat. It's not anything that's like intrusive or invasive or anything. Especially if like
Joshua, help us. Don't touch the girl's knee.
No.
Joshua.
Don't say it like I'm doing it though.
No, Joshua, help me tell Brady.
Joshua, don't do
Joshua, comma, help me tell Brady not to touch girls behind the knee.
Joshua's touching me right now.
When you're 12.
Don't touch girls behind the knees.
I'm not. I don't do it, but I'm just saying, like, if you
It
want her to know.
No, it's very intrusive.
There was this really weird guy in my elementary school. He would just like touch me behind my knee.
All
Did
right.
it actually happen to you,
Do you
Ken?
have any advice, Joshua?
I agree with everything that's been said other than what Brady has said. But
You guys were the one who brought it up. That was a joke from 2 episodes ago. You guys resurrected it.
What does it mean?
I think that if he's teasing you and his friends say that he likes you, he likes you.
Yeah.
And just...
But you can, like, I think subtly, as Jake was saying, correct his behavior through positive reinforcement. Like, if you don't like this, then say, come on,
Yeah.
Brady.
But there's certain people out there. I think that a lot of the fun that comes from like relationships are like crossing those boundaries that you couldn't necessarily cross with like other people. Like in terms of like, hey, you're a stupid idiot and I love you or something like that.
So
you know?
tease him
like,
back
that
in a
happens.
fun way. Like you're saying.
I'm saying if she wants to.
Yeah.
Your mom's
if
like,
she's
you're
into
a
it.
failure, but I love you.
But she also wants to know. I mean, her big like I always like to address the questions and then go back to re-go is not a term, right? Go back to the last thing they asked. Just remember that's how she
What does it
ended this.
mean?
So it's like she's not asking what do I do? She's asking what this means, and I think we've kind of answered that.
Yeah, it means he likes you.
Yeah, he likes you. All right. So next question.
What if he doesn't?
Would you like to read it?
She
Brady?
starts flirting. Anyway, I don't think I'm the prettiest. Oh, I'll say the name. Kayla, 18, says, I don't think I'm the prettiest or the smartest or the funniest. I consider myself average, but guys tend to stare a lot. I get called almost everywhere I go, and boys flirt with me a lot. They tell me how pretty I am and how funny I am. They ask me for sex and to make out. Nobody's ever asked me out on a date before. Wow, that sucks. Not one of those guys who supposedly thinks I'm so great has ever wanted anything from me besides physical things. So why is it that all guys want from me is physical? Am I really not worth anything other than sex? And I have a response to this,
Brady.
if you don't mind.
Yeah.
So I just want to say that, like, even though you say that you're not like all these things, like I don't think I'm the prettiest or the smartest or the funniest. Like, you're obviously attractive because you're getting attention from people, right? So that's a major thing in your life that has been solved. Most people have to deal with that. And that's like a thing that comes with loneliness and everything. There's a lot of people who don't have that going for them. And I think that if you have that going for you, then you need to work on now getting to places where you're going to meet people who are on your level. Because right now, apparently, I don't know where you live, but if you're getting catcalled on the regular, then Josh.
I'm sorry, Kayla, 18 or whatever, however you pronounce it. I don't think you're going to like me for saying this, but I think you need to value yourself a little bit more because obviously these guys are coming to you for a reason, and they're getting this impression from you that you are easy and you are this, and they can just get with you when if you want to be what you're saying, you need to put that onto the world, not what.
Yeah, I think that's.
All right, Simon Cowell. I'm just gonna kind of like make that a little bit nicer. Well, if these guys are treating you like this, it's wrong in the first place. But you need to hold your ground. Because if someone has a reputation of being something, then that's what they're known for. And if you want to be just taken more seriously, be like that girl that would not get with someone unless they go out on a date with them, or actually like it's something serious. And so.
Brady?
I mean, she didn't mention anything about actually like taking these guys up on any offers, and I think that like it's not unreasonable to say that there are just dudes in the world, and this is not like all men or whatever, but there are just dudes in the world who just do not have any sort of social barriers. Like they just catcall, and like that's what they do, and they don't know any better, I guess. But like there are a lot of guys that just like it doesn't matter who you are, what you look like, they will just take that opportunity, and it doesn't matter what time of the day it is even. Jake.
I want to do the Wheezy thing where we look at the very last question.
Mm-hmm.
Am I really not worth anything other than sex? And the most important part about this isn't how these boys are acting and whether it's out of line or not. It's, of course, you are. What they think of you means literally nothing. Unless you're a celebrity of some kind, male attention is not... And you're like... For celebrities, attention is kind of what they do as their industry. Unless that's something that you are, which I don't believe you are, male attention means nothing, really. I'm assuming you're between the ages of 13 and 17, and in around those ages, dating and who's with who is a lot of a big deal, and then it stops being a big deal for a lot of time, and then eventually it becomes like who's married and who has babies and stuff. But for now, just make sure that you value yourself as a person. I like Josh's comment about you need to think about who you are and these experiences don't depict that. They don't describe that, because you are worth way more because you are a probably kind individual, and who you are as a person inside is much more important than the way these people treat you, but you should expect to be treated the way you want to be treated anyway.
Well, I just want to say this, and before I throw back to the panel, also, is there a way for Montana to make a comment in this current format? All right, so yeah, stand up next to Jake, and we'll figure out how to make this happen. I think that what probably happened here, and I could be wrong, but I think that what probably happened here is that there was some precedent setting that went on, in that you received some male request for something or other, whether it was a photograph or something, and you liked the attention and you acquiesced. I think there some precedent has been set through your behavior that is causing this to perpetuate itself, and that you need to dig in your heels and just say no. And that's not the attention that I'm interested in, and therefore stop. If someone would like to take me out on a date, I'm interested in that. But if I like you, but I am not interested in being just sexualized. I'm a person. So sometimes girls who are so eager for male attention get off on the wrong foot that way, and they get the wrong idea about who men are, because men aren't all like this. Brady.
I definitely agree that like she needs to like take active steps. You know, that's the only way that this stuff is going to at least subside for a little while. But I don't think that it's necessarily a bad thing for her to not be confident because of her appearance, right? I think that she can spin some of this into a thing where, like, I'm a confident person now because I know that I'm attractive, and I'm going to use that in other ways to make me, you know, a more confident person, a more charismatic person, for example. Montana.
Hi guys, I'm back.
It's just like, oh yeah, I haven't been gone a year. I'm just back.
Yeah, I agree with what you guys are saying. I think a lot of it is where you are in your life. So like, I didn't have any of this kind of stuff happen to me when I was here, and then when I went to college. I went to Spain for college.
Yay, Spain.
I've realized that a lot of different places, and when you're in a different place in your life, people will treat you differently. And sometimes it's just a situation, and that's what happens. For example, grocery store in sweatpants and like a hoodie or whatever, and I don't know, I had some weird eyelid infection, and it was all like swollen up and pussy and red.
Ooh.
And you're welcome. and I walk literally from my house to the grocery store, which is like 1 block, and I already had people catcalling me. And I'm like, do you not see that I'm infected and falling apart? Literally, it doesn't matter who you are or what you look like.
No, it's not at all.
Sometimes men will just be like, that's a nice swollen eye.
Yeah, so yes.
Sometimes it might be because of where you are in your life. If you're not so confident, sometimes men will know that and try to use that against you and use you for sex or whatever. But don't think of it as like a thing against you. You did nothing wrong.
Right.
I was all infected and disgusting, not even purposely. I was just awful, and people will still hit on you.
That's because your personality was amazing that day.
Oh my God.
It was so
Right?
it was so spot on.
Men pick up on that
Spanish.
So
Or
you know
any kettle.
what we're saying is that girls get hit on. Look, females in life, we get hit. Are you okay, Montana? I wish we had video of this. Montana is crawling across the floor.
You didn't have to do that.
And Josh gave her a cat call, so I don't know that was appropriate. Josh, you know, don't objectify girls, former cast members crawling across the floor.
I can't call my
just
cats.
because you can. No, so what you have to do is you have to say like, okay, I'm looking for
I don't have cats.
I'm looking for one good guy, and a guy who's going to treat me like a lady. That's the guy I'm going to give attention to, and
True.
Don't give anyone attention for their bad behavior. Back to our the earlier point that was made in the earlier question, Kenneth.
So my last thing to say about this question is that these guys are obviously not the people that you're looking for, and like in life, it's just that you got to go through assholes and jerks and people that are awful to find that one person that you're really going to appreciate. And so this all sucks right now, and it's really frustrating. But you are worth more than sex, and when you find that person that treats you that way, you're going to appreciate it a lot more since you've gone through this. Brady.
I think that if you're a smart person at all, you go through this period through like elementary school to high school where you just consistently thin out types of people in your life. You know,
you're a
like,
giant computer just
it's
sorting
true.
through data.
Yes, like you are if you're like, because and this has to be true for like most people here. Like all of you have your friend groups already. You know, like there's people that you just like can't stand and you complain about them all the time. They're the people that catcall you. They're the people who like, you know, piss on the floor in public restrooms. They're the people who just do the Florida people who are always in the news crashing ambulances into churches and stuff like that. Like that's what elementary school to high school is about. It's about learning to identify those people in your head.
Wait.
And then taking them out of your life systematically.
Wait, if Olivia starts laughing, we've lost her. She's gone.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so sorry, but you just did that.
What? Why was it funny? I hope it was funny. Anyway.
Okay. She'll make a point later. All right. So, yeah, you do have to do some...
Do you disagree? I hope you don't disagree.
No, she gets it. She gets it.
Ambulance.
You do have to do some data sorting, and you have to be like, oh, well, I expect more out of the people in my world, and so I'm with you just by way of like geography.
Yeah,
we're in the same school district. That's the only reason I'm encountering
exactly.
you.
It's the same thing with family too. It's the same thing. You don't choose your family.
Yeah, soon enough, like you'll be sorted.
Yes,
Hufflepuff.
Yes, the only kind of people that you have to deal with, and I mean, you can make an argument that you don't even have to deal with your family, but sometimes, like if you really like care about your family, then you'll get stuck with a few duds, a little bit. You know it's true.
I do, which is why I need for Kenneth to read the next question from Anonymous.
Do it.
Okay.
So that starts with, I'm in 9th grade.
I'm in 9th grade.
No, don't read it like that. One more time.
No. No, Brady. Let me just read it. There's this guy that I like, and he made it clear that he liked me, but he told me he wasn't ready for a relationship.
Kenneth, just read the
question. You read the note at the top at all.
Wait.
All right. I get that he doesn't want a relationship, but why did that suddenly stop him from putting his usual amount of effort into our friendship? We don't talk anymore. When you like someone, wouldn't you want to be in a relationship with them? ? I'm positive there isn't anything going on that might be making this happen at the wrong time. If he really liked me, wouldn't he want to go further instead of just wanting to stay in nothing?
So there's this whole thing about liking someone as a friend and having a romantic spark, and you can't force the romantic spark, nor can chemistry explain the romantic spark or its absence. Jake, you're a scientist.
I am.
Well, yeah. I mean, what this? She's saying, well, we're friends. Why doesn't he want to date me? That's basically what the question is. Do I have it right?
He's just not into you.
There's this guy. Yeah.
That way.
Is there a movie like that?
So how do we make sense out of this for her so that? Go ahead, Brady.
Well, okay.
You're a scientist, right?
I am a Brady Glasser scientistdoctor.com. All right. Anyway, so yeah, this guy isn't into you. I'm going to pick it apart like piece by piece, because you need to know that if a guy says like no matter what the excuse is, it just means that he's not like there yet.
Yeah,
you know?
and there's no nice way to say I'm not interested to say to someone I'm not interested in you romantically. So people will sometimes say things that aren't really things just because they're trying not to hurt you because they like you as a friend.
And you can't look into it any further than that because you won't know the reason. You shouldn't want to know the reason, because you should just take it as he's not interested. It could be because he has another interest or whatever. Kenneth?
Yeah, this is literally the same thing like that you're saying. It's just that he's not that into you. If the guy's making an excuse, he doesn't care enough. Like, if you really like a girl, are you kidding me? You'll be like, you want to date me?
You make
Let's
excuses to talk to them.
Reason number 12, he may not be into girls at all.
Whoa.
That's also a possibility.
And, everything's possible. So he's not into you and for whatever chemical reason.
Yep.
And it's not.
And you don't want to be with him either. Because you don't want to be with somebody who's not into you.
And yes, you don't want to be with someone who's not into you. So what you want to do is just go back to the friendship and be proud of yourself that you let him know.
Yeah.
Well, he's not actually doing really well in the friendship either. He's not putting any effort in that.
Well, because now he's intimidated because she likes
Yes.
him.
That's
Yes.
not an
And so she-
excuse.
No, yes,
No,
it
but
is.
it
Yes,
is. It is awkward.
It's not.
Kenneth, yes,
Okay,
it is.
you can't just treat someone badly because they're intimidating.
She asked her. She asked him out. Okay.
So you're gonna treat them
doesn't have.
badly?
No, he doesn't have to speak to her anymore because she crossed. That's a rule. I
Okay,
think.
you're right,
can't
but you
say-
can still be like
It's
ginger
awkward
about
now,
it, I guess.
But it's awkward now, Kenneth.
It's
Who,
like
who is Ginger?
You can't force her into that situation.
that's another. That's for another time.
Good job,
Jake.
Louise.
Okay,
Another time.
I want to point out that it may not be intentional. Like you keep saying, like he's being kind of a jerk, and whether he's intending to or not makes a
She
big
put him into the
difference.
situation.
Well, it's not her fault that they're in this situation.
No, it's not her fault.
right?
She had to do it, but he doesn't now have to respond in any sort of like particular way.
Well, he's just feeling uncomfortable, and that may
Yeah.
result in him slowly backing away,
But
whether
she
he's
should have known
whether
that.
he's conscious of it or not.
You know, like the thing about like girls are always like, oh, I can't tell a guy how I'm feeling. And then I'm always like, go for it. Tell him how he feels. And then this happens. And then they're like,
But that's the risk.
Wait, what's the point you're making? That no one should ever confess their feelings
no,
to anyone
but this
ever?
is just like proving the point because girls are nervous to like show their feelings to guys.
And you're berating. Well, you're berating him,
It's-
Kenneth.
I'm not proud of this dude. He's.
Has this ever happened to you?
Are
Have
looking-
you ever been asked out, Kenneth? No, you. I'm wondering. What's your experience, huh, with being
There's no room for ad hominem.
rejecting? I'm just wondering because I think Kenneth is not talking
No.
sincerely.
Yes,
right
I've
now.
been asked.
I think that if you were in the exact same situation, you would do the exact same thing.
I was a junior and I got asked to a dance by a freshman that I only had one class with, and it was a guys ask girls dance.
Okay.
And I said yes. And at the end, since she was a freshman, she forgot to buy my ticket. And I had to cause it's
So
like,
you said yes, so you accepted. Then that's not a rejection, Kenneth.
no, I did, but
What
I
are you
wasn't-
talking
but
about?
I wasn't mean about it. I
So you-
wasn't.
So you said yes, but then you're like, okay, no.
No.
What are you
You're
talking
right,
about?
That was a bad example.
It was
Okay.
a bad example.
That
It
was
wasn't
that was
wasn't
literally
even
the
an
worst
example.
I could have given.
All right,
Josh.
So it's a circle. So it's a circle of friends, right?
Yes.
And you're kind of not accepting that he's not that into you, and he's not involved in the friendship anymore because he's feeling really uncomfortable that you're not getting that this isn't going to be a romance.
Yes.
So if you want the friendship to
You
have
wait.
any, you say to him like, I'm not going to put any more pressure on you. I get it. And let's just go back to being friends. And then you hope for the best, but it
Yes.
does take time, Jake.
Yeah, I would recommend that because he's kind of doing this backing away motion, it's probably in your best interest to also back away rather than chase after him, and that
right.
if you back away, it might leave a vacuum enough that he'll realize that he misses your friendship, and then it'll be a
Yes.
natural coming back together,
nature abhors
but as
vacuum.
friends. And
Yes.
what?
Nature abhors a vacuum. Right? And so do
Sure.
friend circles.
And that's the end of our show. Well, thank you for listening
Brady?
to Journals. Yeah, I mean, yes, you need to back away, and if you need for like a few months, it can't just be a couple weeks because he's still going to be intimidated.
Yeah,
it
just-
has to be like starting over from the beginning.
It's a guy. He's gonna forget about it in like
No,
a
he's
week.
not.
Are you
He's
kidding
not
me?
gonna. I'm saying she needs to. If they were really good friends before this, and they actually had a good rapport, she needs to message him with something unrelated, a joke or something to break the ice. Make sure that you don't say anything flirty at all. If you want to be his friend, if you care this much, don't say anything flirty at all, and just go for it. And if he doesn't respond, then you back away for another 6 months and retreat into your shell again, and then you try again later.
All this for one person.
Jake.
that
It's a
doesn't
very
like-
strict
Okay,
schedule.
I'm saying if this is what you want, then you do this. But Jake.
Jake.
Okay, I'm going to say that both of your units of time are a little extreme. Maybe a month sounds about right. A couple
don't-
weeks sounds way too short. I think that there's always a happy middle ground between like way too
22
long.
days.
No, I think if she
But
wants to be
it's
really
not-
safe, she needs to move the country and get out of town because that's not
But
resolving.
again, the amount of time is not going to work for all environments or for all people.
Yeah.
Like anything where you recommend a certain amount of time, that doesn't apply to your specific situation. You will know when it's ready, and it's when you stop thinking about when will it be ready, when will it be ready.
Mhm.
It's when you finally move on and actually finally think about him in a friendly way again.
and
'Cause
get
that's
with
when it
another guy.
happens.
I
'Cause
just
then
don't
he'll
think-
recognize.
I don't
that
think
you-
That's
she
not
needs him.
necessary to
I
happen.
don't
Well,
know.
it may happen
guy?
naturally. It just may happen naturally because she will look elsewhere for things to do and meet someone else. Next question from Genevieve. Why do guys say, oh, do I have to read this one?
I like it.
I'll
Okay.
read it.
All right,
I have
Sam.
stuff to say.
Sam, read the question. I'm not comfortable reading this question.
Are you
Really? It's
very
That's a
racy.
mild question.
Oh,
Crazy.
this is perfect for me.
Okay, go ahead.
Why from Genevieve? Why do guys say big boobs don't count if you're fat? Guys tell me all the time your boobs are only that big because you're fat. I don't understand why it matters. Boobs are boobs, and that's not even the point. If a girl has an amazing personality and you have fun together, why does it matter if I'm bigger?
I love her so much. I want to be her bestie. Jake.
Okay, one of my favorite parts of this is your boobs are only this big because you're fat, as though they're like valid reasons why some boobs are larger than other boobs that are like essential to the core of your personality. Like, it makes no sense. Like, I get where this is coming from, and I get how some people might think that way, but like that's not how boobs work really. Like, boobs aren't greater and larger for valid reasons.
But can I
It's
also
genetics.
say, Jake, that the person who said this to her, I want to put him on the porch in Detroit for like 3 or 4 months.
Excuse me.
I
He's
don't
not coming
understand.
back
Like,
inside
super
because
specific.
I hate him. That's a horrible thing to say to a person.
Detroit, why?
You can be cold because it's cold there right now, and I
from
don't
his
like.
side.
It's actually warmer than here.
Where should we put him? I don't like him. I don't want him to say another word to people for a long period of time.
It's not warmer than here, Josh.
It is.
Back to
No,
the
it's
question.
not.
Back to the
That's
question.
not important,
Kenneth.
though.
I should
Wow.
know. I'm from
He's
there.
from Detroit.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Detroit Chat. It's our new series.
That's like a really specific statement that like the fat that like your boobs are only that big because you're fat. That feels like really specific. So I'm guessing someone like a guy told you this. That's not something that a group
I've heard it before.
No, but it's not like a group of people come up to you.
God.
I've heard it.
It's a horrible thing to say.
I've heard it though. I'm saying it's not
He's
an isolated
defending
incident.
it.
Okay.
He's defending it
Kenneth-
as like a construct rather than just
All right,
some
so
random
there's
person.
two.
Yeah.
So let's break this down. There's two parts to this question. The first part is, if you don't have big boobs, are you valid as a human?
No.
And the second part is
joke.
Debatable.
if you're
It's
overweight.
debatable.
If your overweightness is creating your big boobs, are you valid as a human? So, like, how do guys think? This is what she wants to know.
Let me tell you, if the answer was yes, the world would be very interesting.
So how do guys think? Because we do know that guys like boobs. Like, that's kind of a given. Like, straight guys like boobs, so that's a given. So let's not be angry with any guy for noticing boobs because the guys notice
Yeah.
boobs. All right. Kenneth.
Okay.
Okay, well, even in the next question, you kind of like understand, but like, I mean, if you're a nice person, then then obviously someone's gonna like you, and that like this person that said that to you is like obviously an awful human being, and you should never talk to this person ever again.
Well, they're probably like 13, Kenneth.
It's not a
I'm
thing.
13, so I can say awful things
Yes,
to
you
people.
can. I think you get a
No.
pass until you turn like 15.
No,
or something.
maybe 10.
I
Maybe
think,
at
yes, I think you do.
I think 22 days from now.
22 days from the time you come out of the womb to the time you have 22 days to say all the racist, awful stuff you want as a
I
baby.
mean, like, would you go up to your grandma and just say, like, your boobs are only big because you're fat?
No, that's
So how can you say that to someone
you
your
wouldn't be
age?
looking at your grandma's boobs in the first
have a phone
place.
call.
You wouldn't.
We have a phone call.
We have a phone. Oh, it doesn't stop here. We have to wait to make sure it's a person. you
Isn't
know?
there a scientific
Could be a
truth to the question?
telemarketer. We should
It's
put
just heavy
telemarketers
breathing
on the show.
phone. It's just
Yeah, we should put telemarketers on the show.
No.
No, but
Viral.
so how?
Viral capability.
So let's look at the question that ends the question.
It's
Does it matter if I'm bigger? So let's assume that this is okay.
It's
hold-
a real
phone call.
person.
Okay.
it's a real person.
Pardon me.
Great.
Oh, Nina.
Oh.
All right. So
Oh, Nina.
hi, Nina.
I learned you know better.
Is she the other one that's sometimes on the show?
Nina, did you hear the question?
Yeah, that was Nina.
I left off. Sam told me to call in, and I was watching, and I left off at big boobs and fat people.
Yeah. So it's our best show ever. So it's kind of like man chat tonight. So the question has to do with a girl asking if guys like girls with big boobs and why if she has big boobs, but a guy said to her they're only big because they're fat. And then the last part of the question is if a girl has an amazing personality and you offend together, why does any of this stuff matter? Your thoughts?
Well, I agree. I don't think it should matter, but how this person is saying that she only has big boobs because she's fat, but he likes the big boobs? I'm really confused.
Well, I think she wants credit for the big boobs, but then she was like, she had 3 or 4 points deducted for being overweight, and she's so confused about what boys want, Jake.
Guys
Well,
tell me
I-
all the time
see, I
your
pretty-
boobs are only big
yeah,
because
I'm-
you're fat. That's the
Oh,
important,
guys. So,
Yeah.
that's
so
the quote.
she has guys saying really mean things to her that are inappropriate and not nice. How should she respond? And of course, everyone wants to know that they will be attractive to the people that they're attracted to. So she's confused.
Yeah, I think if someone, this is so cheesy, but if it's meant to be, it's meant to be. If someone likes you, they like you. There isn't really any thing that you have to be or how you're supposed to respond. It's not a cool thing for them to be making fun of you, but it's also if a guy doesn't like you for some whatever physical reason, then it's not the right thing for you to even be in.
Yeah, because there's going to be someone who's really attracted to your exact body type, and there's
Yes.
going to be that person, and just know that there is that person. Because you're beautiful the way you are. You sound really cool. I like the way you communicate and present your case because it's really a good one to discuss. But there's going to be some guy that just looks at you and is just like, "Oh, I'm gone. That's it for me. I'm gone.
Yeah.
This girl is the deal for me," and that's going to be your dude if you like him. So, just look at these guys and go like, "Excuse me." If someone says that to you again, ever, just look
Exactly.
at, excuse me? That's not a cool thing to say. And then we could think of like an equally insulting thing to say to a boy, right?
Oh,
well,
yeah,
like
you
your
can
head is
hurt.
only big because you're
What?
kumquat. Like I don't
What?
I don't know.
This got derailed incredibly quickly.
Yeah, but like what would be like no. What would there be? Yeah, just
But
this
don't
is-
stoop to his level,
That's-
though. That's the thing.
that's bad advice that
That's
I
what
just
you-
gave.
Yes,
I just
that's
gave really
exactly
bad
right.
advice. Just look at him and go, just like not cool. You're not cool, dude. All right, Nina, thank you so much for calling in. Have a very Merry Christmas, and you're gonna come back
Thank
soon,
you.
right?
I'm coming next week.
Okay,
yeah.
see you next week, honey. All right, so our next question is from Anonymous.
Can
who
I
wrote-
just say one thing?
Yes.
There's not just one person out there who's gonna like you. There are entire types of
There's
people.
a whole island of people
Yes.
that would be like,
You're a-
she's our god.
Yes. There's like there's a lot of people who do not care, who love boobs and don't care what body they're attached to.
Or there's
And
boobs
like-
don't even have to be a part of it.
no, it doesn't. Yeah, you
doesn't like your boobs.
Maybe
like,
you they like your face or whatever, and they I don't know they
Or
want to lick
just
your
like, you know,
eyebrows.
you
maybe.
as a
I
people
don't
like
know.
your boobs fat or
That
not.
too.
Like no, it doesn't.
More phone calls.
Oh,
There's another
Sam's-
phone call.
We're not
Sam's
supposed to
busy.
say there's a phone call because it disrupts the show.
Right.
Like how when I just explained that we shouldn't interrupt the show.
Yep,
about
they're
a
new
phone
cast.
call.
Thank you,
No?
Jake. They're new
Okay.
cast members. We don't say there's a phone call. We just wait until someone points
Except
at
we
us.
always have always.
Yeah, but we're trying to learn not to. Is there a phone call? No. All right. So, Sam, you wanted to say something? Okay.
Yes, I do. You guys can't see me, but I have double D's, and I'm proud of it. And every woman, every person should be happy of the way that they look because that's the way you're supposed to look. And trust me, people would kill for big boobs. I know. My friends want to Netflix rent them all the time, and even though it's not a thing anymore, like you can't rent. But still, be proud of your boobs. I am.
People want to go to Blockbuster to rent them all the time.
I don't think I don't.
Blockbuster.
I always
That's the
go
joke.
to Blockbuster.
Blockbuster's not a thing
and they're
anymore.
like, well, the boobs are checked out, and so I go on a waiting list.
I think if you don't like your body, it's okay though.
Yeah.
what?
I think
I
it's
feel like
fine.
Anonymous
That's just you. You're not going to be able to control it, really. I
Yes,
mean,
you
like,
can.
no, you can't. You can't control.
There are parts of it you can control in life. You can't control your height, but you can like make your body a little different. Like we all have like you can get a little better at baseball, but you may not be that talented at baseball. So
Sure.
it's like the same
But
with
if
your
you
body.
want to work out, then
Hey,
work
my
out. If you
producer
don't
wants
want
me to move on to the next question.
Yeah,
So-
next
so
question
there's
is
that.
probably.
I thought we were waiting for a phone call.
No, Anonymous writes, can guys still get turned on by a flat-chested girl?
Carrie Mulligan.
You're They're thinking. There's a lot of boys in the room thinking.
No, like.
Oh, yeah, they
Great
can.
Gatsby.
Of course they
yeah,
can.
yeah.
Oh, okay. The
Yeah.
answer is,
Great
of course,
Gatsby,
yes.
Carrie Mulligan.
I don't know who that is.
Wait.
You don't need a specific example to
No,
just
that's a
generally say
specific
yes.
example. Like, so people are like, that's not true. Like,
No, like, but it's true though. Like, it's generally accepted that some people are attracted to anything.
yeah,
Yeah.
like it's just like the last question, but the opposite.
Right.
Right.
So, if someone likes you, they like you. There's
But
nothing.
if you're only flat-chested because you're skinny, then forget it.
Oh.
That's me being silly. I'm just being silly. Aww.
You need a specific tone of voice to make that more clear because you do that a lot where you say something completely contrary to what you Yeah, exactly. And it's hilarious when one gets it.
Should I have a southern accent? Like what should it be British?
No.
That's not
I say keep it deadpan so we can keep making fun of you.
All right. So yes, all body types are attractive to all different types of people. Just like you can't really explain why you would find somebody attractive and someone else might be actually technically better looking, but like he's not your type. So of course, it's the same with all people. Like, it really just depends. And so there's no one true thing that's like, oh, this person is categorically unattractive to everyone. That's, like, not a thing.
Yes.
Doesn't exist. You're fine. Anonymous writes, what would you do if you found out that your girlfriend or the girl you liked has hairy legs?
Oh, my God.
Brady?
I like that kind of thing.
Cool. Oh, Natch.
I don't think it's
that's
A-okay.
Yes.
It's bueno.
It's a little bit more texture.
Oh my
Jake?
It's just a weird question.
Yep.
Like, what would you do as though there's a course of action I'm supposed to take the other way around or something?
I need to grab my knife.
Like,
straight to CVS.
Like, why is it any of my obligations
Lady
to
Chic,
have
pink aisle.
Oh my God.
have any response to this?
Honey, don't move.
So,
I think I see something on your legs.
And you wait till she's deeply asleep, and you lather her.
What?
No.
What happened to my... You're downstairs having breakfast and you hear a scream from upstairs.
See, I think that there's young people who just think that, oh, the way I am is not going to be acceptable. And then the older you grow, you're like, oh, it is acceptable. I can be myself.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah. Kenneth.
People need to realize, they need to realize that people were made with hair. Like, that stuff wasn't meant to be shaved off. Or, like, people weren't meant to be, like just no hair anywhere.
Yes.
Yes.
Hairy people.
So
Yes.
brave, Kenneth. Thank you.
I speak for them, but no, but like people weren't made that way. So deal with it. If that grosses you out, then find somebody else that also grosses out. But
yes, Kenneth.
Not to make fun of people who do shave any parts of their body.
No,
both are acceptable.
It's totally personal preference, and whatever
Your
you decide, like whatever your grooming routine is going to be, and it shifts as you go.
Her groom teen.
Yeah, her groom teen.
Yeah.
Could be like, you may want to pluck your eyebrows, but not shave your leg. Like, it's up to you.
Don't shave your
eyebrows. It's your choice. Brady.
Now, I want to say, if there is hair on the back of the knee, that means she is a child of Satan. It's true.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
Did we catch anybody
Look
checking?
for the little red numbers on
All right, moving on to the next question.
Beneath.
As you know, if we can do a little Christmas carol, let it grow, let it grow, let it grow.
Oh.
That's true. Yeah.
All right, so sorry. Sometimes I make Jake do that face where he's just like, I'm not related to that lady.
Oh, I forgot you guys are.
Yeah, that's my nephew.
I know.
Kind of bull.
Oh, is that your mom?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
That's my sister.
I didn't
you
even
went to all
realize
click,
that.
Oh my God.
Clickety-click, yes.
Okay.
Yes. So kind of bull. I don't know how to pronounce her name, but she writes, what would you guys do if your girlfriend had body image issues? So that means like not comfortable with her body image kind of a thing?
Yeah.
Also, it's a two-parter. Also, do you guys have a preference on body type? So maybe this is coming from a girl who's not comfortable with her body image and wondering what type of bodies guys like. And as we've been discussing, all the questions today come from the Ask a Guy section of our Journals app. So that's why you see kind of like a lot of girls going in there and going, what do boys like? They're just not sure yet.
Because this is man chat.
Yeah, it's man chat. Sure it is. It's man chat.
But I'm not a man.
It's Matt.
So does you guys, any of you guys have a type? Like, I know that sometimes you wind up falling in love with someone who's not in your type, but like, do you sort of technically have a type, Josh?
I mean, it's weird. I said I had a type, but then every single person I've been with has been completely different.
See,
so
isn't it? It's funny, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like so much personality that you don't even realize it. Brady, do you have a type?
My type is anybody who thinks I'm their type. That's pretty much it.
Well, that's everyone.
Oh, thank you.
Kenneth?
All right.
I never you know how like girls always wanted to be like, well, some girls always just like want to be really slim and skinny, and I never like really understood that. I don't know. I always thought like
Oh yeah, I like meat.
Were we supposed to take this question seriously, or was
Yeah,
it just
no, no.
like?
This is the man chat.
it's
This
a serious
is man
question.
chat.
Yeah.
Because Ken, it's all about that bass. All about that bass.
No, but it's true though,
Yeah, no,
Kenneth.
it's-
Don't you enjoy a little bit more?
That's why you and me are like.
That's why we're so close.
like
Yeah.
we're both
We bond. We bond over our eating
Boom.
habits.
Pound it. Jakey, do you have a type?
cheddar
Oh,
cheese
are we
on
actually
that
just going
pizza.
down the row?
Sure,
and,
why not?
Healthy people.
Healthy people.
Like that's a good thing to
Oh,
be.
wow.
Like be healthy.
yeah.
healthy
Do your
and
fingernails
comfortable with
grow?
themselves.
That's a good sign of health.
Someone.
Any other boys?
I eat
or-
McDonald's
Andre,
every day.
Andre, Andre, do you have a type?
I ain't got no type.
Got no type?
It's like the beginning of a T.I. song.
Flat wide noses. What you mean though?
What you mean?
Okay.
Bro, what you trying to say?
Okay, my type is like, I don't know, just generally people like I enjoy talking to and being around. If you can make me smile, like that just like makes my heart tingle, and like that's technically all you need.
Oh my God, Andre, do you have a book of poetry? Because I'm gonna buy it. That was
I'm
so
working
good.
on it.
That was really good.
Yeah, the use of the word tingle.
Your personality makes my.
Oh, my pants. I unzipped them because they were too tight. No, they're only unzipped because they're really tight and I ate a lot before this.
Oh my gosh, Montana,
We can
TMI.
hear you.
Go ahead.
What was I saying?
Oh my
What were
god.
you saying?
Best show ever.
We had a whole
Oh,
migration.
do you have a type?
Oh, yes, I do have
Okay,
a type.
all right.
It's always people who are older than me who have generally flat wide noses.
Flat
because
wide
I don't
noses.
like
Oh
when
my
I'm
God.
kissing somebody and their nose hits me in the eye.
Oh, that's convenient.
It is really
Oh.
convenient.
All right.
What I was gonna say is, if he had a book of poetry, it wouldn't really work. I think it kind of needs to be like his voice. You should make a book on tape.
Oh, he could be the narrator of a book on tape. Like
he
he
should
could,
be
yeah.
a narrator of
Yeah.
a book on tape.
Yeah.
He does. You guys should watch.
He has the best. Andre, you have the best voice.
The two people you can't see, by the way, are dating.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
that's the
Hi.
context.
All right. So first of all, this next question. Oh, so anonymous writes, what can a lady do that will attract a man to chase her?
Wait, we didn't even answer that question.
Yeah, we didn't answer the first part for
We
that
didn't-
first
yeah.
question.
Oh, I thought we did.
No.
It says,
Nope.
what would you guys do if your girlfriend had body?
Oh, okay, we'll go
issues?
back to that. All right. So what would you guys do?
Oh, you gotta give them some love and affection.
Is that going to cure it though?
No, I don't think that cures it, but I think that like you can't really do anything for a person who has like
Mm.
personal issues. Like you just need to be supportive, and like if it's becoming too much of an issue that's making you unhappy, then like reevaluate, obviously, but like just be there and like hold her and stuff, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh no, Jake.
Oh, you said almost exactly what I was going to say. Like, be supportive. It's not your obligation to fix people. People don't work like that. Just kind of help them as they try to grow as a person.
Yes, but if your girlfriend is a leaky sink, then fix her.
Kenneth.
I
Brady, this does not say plumbing issues. It says body
He
issues.
said you should never fix a girl. I say if she's a leaky faucet, then you do it. That's my advice.
Kenneth.
so I actually had a girlfriend like this,
Uh-huh.
and the thing you
She
got to
was
do.
a leaky faucet.
She was a linky. She was a linky faucet. She was.
I didn't say linky.
I said linky.
Yes, you did.
Yeah, and
But-
the thing is, it's really common. In
Yeah,
teenage
no,
girls.
because-
very common.
There's always that one guy, like in the question about the boobs thing, that just screws up a person. Like
Right.
when you're someone and you hear that, like that really affects someone. And then the boyfriend that she will eventually have, which will be great, will like tell her how like that guy was an asshole. Like I don't know. There's always that one person that ruins somebody's self image of themselves. Don't look at me like
That's
that.
why we have
But, yeah.
we need to teach children to be more Teflon, because you're going to hear a lot of crap.
Yes,
that
yes,
does
yes,
n-
of
that
course.
means nothing.
We're
And
not
you-
doing this now.
Yeah.
We're saying if you know you need to go into your safe space
And cry.
which is unfortunate. I mean, I think that's okay for like certain situations, but like people are just mean.
They are.
It's just, and it's even getting worse with I think social media, because now everybody's a pundit and now everybody has an opinion on everything that happens. So it's like now I gotta be like, I'm Glenn Beck, you know. Hey, I don't like what this Jeremy person is doing. I think it's wrong. I think that they should go soak their head.
And if
That's
you're-
like everybody now.
If someone's going to say something to you about your
Yeah.
body, and you're
Yeah.
gonna, if someone's going to say something to you about your body that's really mean, and you're going to spend the next 10 years of your life obsessing about it, why
Of course
would you
not.
give
Yes.
that guy so much power in your life?
Yes.
When he's a jerk, clearly, he's identified himself as one. Do not give him any power.
Inferior in so many ways, by the way, if he's being mean to you for something like that.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
It's a
All right,
low
so
blow.
we're going to move on to the next question. Anonymous writes, what can a lady do that will attract a man to chase her?
I love this question.
I steal his purse.
Yes! Yes.
Yeah, because men have purses.
Steal
How
his
can
wallet. Steal his money clip.
How can I let the man...
Fanny pack.
Let me finish the
My
question.
satchel.
My satchel. How can... Brady, finish the question.
The way you said that reminded me of Adam Sandler.
Okay.
My satchel. What can a lady do that will attract a man to chase her? How can I let the man be the man without asking plenty of questions like, what are we now? What?
Oh, what are we now?
Oh, I get it.
Yeah,
Yeah. The
that.
500 Days of Summer question, Josh.
What? Oh.
That's a movie.
Yeah.
You know.
I've seen, yeah. It's,
I mean, I get where you're going with let the man be the man, but honestly, if you like someone, tell them you like them. Like, you're equals in a relationship. That's the point I have to make. That's it. So Jake or Brady or whoever wants to take it from me.
I can talk. Yeah, that's the real point of this. Is like no one needs to be chased anymore. Like that's not how like relationships work.
Yeah.
Like it's not. That's not. Like I get that. Like that might be to feel wanted is a valid thing. You want this person to want you if you also want them, but it doesn't have to be demonstrated by like playing this kind of game. You can just tell them, and if they feel the same way, like a
that's
healthy
for you, Jake.
relationship-
Though
What?
that's for you. Other people are not as stable. Oh,
Sam
sorry.
just broke the show.
Okay.
Sam did it.
It sounds like Star Wars in here.
Yeah.
Vroom, vroom.
Go ahead,
Anyway.
Jake. Go ahead, Jake.
Oh, I was done. That was.
Oh,
I was just
so this is
disagreeing.
actually a two-part question because the second part of
It
the
is.
question is like, how do you ask a guy, well, what are we? I mean, I think you get to. You just shouldn't do it every day. If like yesterday he didn't have an answer for you, he won't have one today. Like, wait a week.
there's no shit.
But-
I mean, I don't even
anymore.
think she should ask what are we. Like, tell him what you are, and if he says no, like leave.
Yeah, like what
Wow.
you need to be. Like,
Yeah,
Really
okay,
though?
No, like okay, a relationship is two people, right? Like, why is it this other person's job to decide what you are? It's
because
a
the
communal
relationship
decision.
can only go as fast as the slowest
No, I get
person.
that, but bring something to the conversation. Don't
Okay.
just put all this pressure on what are we? You have to say, this is what I feel like we're reaching. Are
Right.
we there? Do you feel the same way?
Right.
Because you're allowed to have feelings about where this should go too. It's not just to like this person gets to decide now we are in a relationship. It is
Right.
it is a decision that happens.
But everyone has veto power in a relationship.
Absolutely,
So,
absolutely.
Brady.
Why is it bad to want to play hard to get? Jake, why can't a person do that now?
They totally can. It just seems like unnecessary and like kind of
For you.
No,
It's fun for me to say.
Oh.
Hold on, wait. It's when I'm up there at the altar with my beautiful wife. That's what I'm saying.
You're gonna say
with
no.
my wife, Jake. When I'm up there at the altar, I want to be able to say, "God damn, that's a conquest." That's my like safari
You're gonna
hunt.
she's gonna
That's
be
the
like
result.
in a fishing net.
Yes,
Like-
mounted on the wall. The wedding will be held near my fireplace, in front of my fireplace. She will be mounted.
So, like, what he's saying, even in a joking way, is that some men still enjoy the chase of it. Is
The
that
women
still,
do too,
Isn't
though.
that
That's-
still like a physical,
That's-
biological thing?
Yes, absolutely. Back when like sex was just like you rape a woman and then she has a baby. We're not
That's
doing
not
that
true.
anymore. We're not doing that anymore.
Jake, you can't.
What?
Jake, you can't conflate those two things.
No, it's
Why?
it's basically how all animals operate. And that's we
Yes.
used to be animals. We're slowly learning not to be animals
No,
anymore.
I don't think that that's true.
You don't think we're not learning
I
to be
think
animals
that the
anymore.
moment you think that you can transcend your
why?
animal nature is the moment that you lose the human game, my friend.
Oh.
Until there's robots roaming around that can do amazing
Whoa.
things.
We got
There's
someone
a
on the
million
mic.
things that we do more humanely than animals.
Of course,
Brady.
but I think we will always have that
we
part.
have
That's
symphony
important.
orchestra music.
Yes, and that's because we're
Whoa.
animals.
Olivia.
All right. So just going back to what was said way long ago.
Oh, thank you.
I mean, sometimes you do just have to tell people how it is, though. Like, my
Yes.
boyfriend, who I've been with now for 4 years, like, it's coming up on the 4-year mark, I locked him in a car, got on the 101 freeway, and wouldn't let him get out of the car until he made a decision, because I'm not about that. You know, the chasing had been done and I wanted an answer. So I just said, you know, we might end up in Santa Barbara tonight. I don't care.
That's
Is he
what my
still
ex
in the
did.
car?
Wait, make a decision for what?
Like, are
About
we
the
together?
what are we? The whole what are we?
Why'd you
question.
do that?
That's awesome, but that's like also like every man's like low key fear.
Why'd you
Like,
do that,
Olivia, kidnapping is a
Because-
pretty
because
general
she knows
fear of
Kathy
most
Bates
people.
socially.
Yeah, Kathy Bates, but for those who don't know, the 1960 Alfred Hitchcock movie Psycho.
No, no.
I'm assuming.
It's not Psycho.
That's good. Though.
It's Misery
I mean,
with
did you
James
decide
Caan.
and then
All
you
right.
guys?
I
Oh,
love
that's
that,
wrong.
Liv. I love that, Liv.
The
Anonymous
1984
Oh,
movie.
can I first say that I don't like this screen name, and I don't like it when children describe themselves as sexy. Having said that, Sexy Girl 22 writes, I need to know when guys get sex, do they act differently? My boyfriend and I had sex a lot, but I feel like it's driving us apart.
She's 22 years old.
Oh, okay. So when guys get sex, do they act differently? And, Jake?
We deconstruct the phrasing of
Yes,
getting
you
sex.
need to.
Yeah.
Because that's not how sex
Can I
works.
get some sex, please?
Yeah, I'm going to get the,
Where can I get sex? Is that?
Like,
I don't know.
I'm going to get the milkshake, the fries, and can I also get... All right, so... Wait, you're deconstructing
Okay.
or you're answering the question?
Yeah, no, I'm just going to try and analyze that aspect of just the specific question
All
and
right.
how it kind of relates to the old conquest thing that we just had a whole thing about.
Because it is similar, yeah.
Because that kind of was how it was the social norm. The guy pursued the girl for like several months, and then eventually they get together, and then they get married like 3 years later. Like that's how relationships worked a long time
In
ago.
1962.
It's a new time though. Like,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
yeah.
Is like we're getting past that as a people, and like yes, it still is totally prevalent, and it's
Wait, where
it's
did they
not-
work that way?
What do you mean?
In
Where did-
1962.
Several months?
Stop.
A while
I
ago.
know what you're doing.
But it was arranged marriages.
Go ahead, Jake.
Okay. Anyway, that kind of thinking isn't how you should think about sex. Sex is an act between two or potentially more people, polyamory or whatever. But
Wow.
Yeah, kids are weird.
Where did we just go?
you got to be inclusive on literally all fronts
Oh,
nowadays.
okay,
That's
go
how
ahead.
it
Nowadays,
works.
like
All right.
Well, yeah, we're getting better as a people. We're like, again, it's no longer a you get sex. It's now a like this is an eventual part of a relationship, or possibly even not. Kenneth?
okay. First of all, you don't get sex. Like you don't even like when you have sex. It's because both of you like love each other, and then
You share it.
yeah,
You don't get it. You
no,
share
you don't
it.
just do it because you guys are dating. Like, hey, we've done everything else since we're dating.
Kenneth is 16.
I will murder you, Brady.
He's
you see,
right.
Kenneth, when a mommy and a daddy bear love each other very, very much,
Well,
they meet under the honey tree.
I'm just saying, if you guys aren't doing it because you love each other and it's driving you guys apart, and you think guys get sex, then you guys shouldn't be having sex.
I agree.
All right.
So, like, we've come to a consensus. Yeah, it's not something that you get
Oh.
or that you give. It's something that you share, and you should have a solid enough relationship before you have sex to know that sex will just make your bond tighter. If it's driving you apart, then you probably weren't connected emotionally, and emotional connection should always come before a physical connection, I feel. All right, moving on to the next question so that no one else can argue with me, Brady.
I
What
wasn't
does it
saying
mean?
a thing.
Oh, this one I don't get, like, at all.
I mean,
What does it mean if a guy keeps rubbing his face when sitting next to a girl?
It means he's tired.
he has allergies. I mean, like,
He is filing his nails with his
tired.
stubble. Brady.
He could be wiping the sweat off. I'm thinking.
It sounds like
I
a
don't
nervous
know.
thing.
I don't know
doesn't
why
it?
you would do that.
Go ahead, Jake.
It
That's
isn't.
what I was going to try to dive into is
Yeah.
like when you're nervous, like subconsciously you cover your face and stuff. And
Yeah.
that's kind of weird that he continually is rubbing his face next to you. And I don't, if this was asked in a better way, where it's like this guy keeps acting nervous and
Yeah.
this is one of the signs of it, then it could mean something. But just face rubbing is not enough to base
Yeah.
a
We need more.
hypothesis on.
We need more clues.
Yeah.
Kenneth.
All right. I'm just gonna do a lot of guesses on this question because the question's unanswerable. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't
So-
have enough
So
information.
You
yes, Kenneth.
So my guess is that I mean you like him and he's doing something weird with his face. You don't know what's going on. And I mean, be friends with this guy if he's a good guy, and see how that works, and then maybe he'll ask you out, you'll ask him out, doesn't work, and then the thing about him, this question part where he,
Kenneth.
the question where
they can't see
the 9th and 10th grader.
Oh, we're going to get to that next.
Yeah.
Oh, if we have time. Joshua.
I don't know. I mean, I feel like this is a very broad question, and she's kind of grasping at straws a little bit. Like he's just itching his face or whatever's happening to his face.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if he's talking to you, it could be a sign of deceiving because if people touch their face and they could be deceiving you. I mean, he could be itchy. He could be.
Can I just say this, Joshua? It's cold and flu season. Don't touch your face. Go wash your hands first.
He's the one going to get sick. I don't know.
Next question, Anonymous. What?
I just have one thing to say.
Quickly, we have a question we need to get.
You should ask him why he's doing this. I think that
It might make him self-conscious.
You have the leverage in this situation. It might be a nightmare scenario for him, but I think
that
guy will literally explode.
Can I touch your face for you?
Why do you need leverage?
No, just ask him. Just be
What
like,
does
why
that
do you touch
mean?
your face?
You don't. That's
He's
not
into
a
the hunt. Okay.
All right.
All right. Next question.
Anonymous
Next question,
writes,
next
16 and 17-year-old boys only, which I guess is
No.
Kenneth.
Yeah, Kenneth.
Would you date a really cute 13 or 14-year-old girl? Or just 13 or 14-year-old person?
What's the name? Anonymous? Ooh, I'm coming for you, Anonymous. You don't even know. But
so it's like obviously she has a crush on a 16 or 17-year-old boy, so she just wants to know if she's in the running.
I mean, it really, that question is very broad. I mean, if they're a nice person, then of course, it doesn't really matter. The age.
Okay, Kenneth.
Okay,
So I'm sorry that this
I was
question.
about to like cross a line.
No.
And then I didn't, and I stepped back. Huh?
Jakey.
Is that a thing?
Jake.
Yes.
Okay. Defending Kenneth, eventually age stops being a thing.
Yeah.
In the teeny ages, age is everything for some reason, and it's kind of that way for a reason because you're learning how to be a human being,
You're
and it's very
biologically
essential
different.
that like you don't mess up that process significantly.
Okay.
Do you want to try again?
No, okay.
Round 2.
Okay, let's see if I
Round chat.
I feel like I'm gonna do worse than round 2. Okay, if you're gonna be specific and be like 16 and 14, then that could
I
not
see.
maybe work.
I see.
Just, I mean, it has a better chance. But let me finish, boy. If it's 13 and 17, no.
No.
You never.
Yes.
No.
Yeah, so let's just jump ahead. Nice save, Kenneth. Nice save. Anonymous writes, guys from America.
What?
I think that's you four. And Andre.
You skipped a question.
I know I skipped a lot because
We're
Trish
out of
specifically
time.
pointed at this because she loves it. Do you like Australian girls? If one came to your school, what would you do? Would you like her? Hang out with her? Try to get in with her? Treat her just like the American girls?
Just like
Brady?
Do you know how old of a country Australia is? They've only been around for like 100 years. They're not even really like a people, you know?
The Aboriginal people!
No,
The
Hugh Jackman?
yes, the Aboriginal people are a population,
They've
right?
been there for like thousands.
Yes, they are.
You're gonna
yes.
mess with Hugh
but the
Jackman
Australian, the settlers who came over, they're not really a people. I just don't
you're
think Australia is
crazy.
really a nationality.
Wolverine will
I don't-
find you.
Not say
I
that.
think you should. I think you should go into further
Wolverine
detail.
will
Are you
find-
Scots?
Did you hear what Kenneth just said?
Oh, Hugh
What'd you say?
Jackman, Wolverine will find you. That
I
guy.
don't- no, I think he's a nice dude. I think he
Jake,
agrees.
What's the
Australia.
What's the importance here? The point is
I'm
like
saying
if she's
she
from
should-
another country.
I
and
think
you
it's
just say,
Since
like,
you're from
oh,
another country, you mean
have
nothing.
an accent. That's
No, no.
interesting.
I take issue with the fact that she's describing herself as an Australian. I don't think Australians exist. I think that you're either Scots, you're Irish, you're.
All right,
hold on.
Can I make a simple request?
What's that?
Brady, stop talking.
Okay.
Kenneth, answer the question. Would you think an Australian girl was cute and interesting?
Yes. 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 Okay. Yeah.
That's the only answer to this question that doesn't go into
Really?
ridiculous territory,
Jake.
Louise.
Okay, wait, that's not true. Okay, so an accent is a clear distinction of like, oh, you're from somewhere else, and
No,
you can
I don't
ask
think
them
so.
about.
I think it's a manufacturer.
Well,
Yeah,
yes, of course.
Manufactured accent.
But
Of
you
the
wanna-
fact that you live somewhere else.
Uh-huh.
So it's an interesting thing that can break the ice. Like, oh, you're from Australia. Generic questions about Australia.
yeah,
it
she's
helps
hot.
that
Have you
process.
ever seen
No.
a koala?
Exactly.
like-
That's it. That's all. it
Hello
is.
there. Oh God, no.
Obviously,
You just
the
run,
Australian girl is fine, but the Australians as a people aren't a people. They're
That
just
has
not
nothing-
a
They are a
homogenous
people.
misogyny. They have Vegemite. That's
The
their
Bee Gees
national
are a
icon.
people.
They have
They
kangaroos. They're Scots. They're Irish. Whatever.
Joshua, we love our Australian friends.
It's almost
and
time.
I think every boy would be very intrigued by an Australian
Of
girl.
course.
Yeah, definitely.
Of course.
Thank you so much,
They're
man,
not
chat man.
Australians.
Josh.
Oh, I mean, yeah, definitely be interested. I think that the main point here is that there shouldn't be like a difference between everyone. Like you're a girl, I'm
right,
a guy.
but
Like
exchange students, interesting.
yeah, they're gonna be more
by nature,
interesting,
yeah.
but that doesn't mean that we have to treat you differently.
You like an
No.
American girl.
Look, she's gonna have a major advantage. Okay, I
Yeah.
can tease her
Yeah.
a little bit about her people not existing as a nationality.
and she will hit.
Yes, I
Maybe,
can.
may not.
120 years does not a people make.
We are Journals Out Loud. Thank you for being with us.
Oh my
Man
gosh.
chat man.
Man chat. Thank
Yeah.
you for listening.
But I'm not a man.
We need a man